Hey everyone, welcome to GG Weekly Podcast, episode number 20, number 20. We've been doing this for 20 episodes now. I know we talked about it a little bit in episode 19, but the big 20 is a pretty cool number. You know, next episode we'll be able to buy alcohol legally, stuff like that. You know, it'll be nice.
I was gonna make the same dad joke.
In 5 years, our car insurance is gonna lower. You know, all the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. I am Chris, the real Darth guy, and with me, of course, as always, this is Justin, Mr. Baggy Noodle Arms. How are you today, Justin?
Doing good. A little low on energy as we discussed. I think it's a Wednesday thing. Unfortunately, it's podcast night as well. But yeah, otherwise, nothing to complain about. How about you?
You know, I'm kind of feeling the same way, and you know, I joked about it a little bit, where I said, you know, Wednesday is kind of the middle of the week where you still have the same amount of time to work that you've already worked, basically all that stuff, and you're just like, I want the weekend, please give me the weekend so I can have my mornings free and all day to do whatever I want. But yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat, you know. Work felt like it was 16 hours today, even though it was only 8. Check, you know, my watch every single minute. It felt like it was crazy, but we got through it, and now we're in the podcast mode, so feeling better, you know.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what my excuse is because, as you guys know, I am not working currently, so I don't know why Wednesday is significant to me. But
it's that Destiny grind's got you down.
Yeah, Tuesday reset, you know, must get me all exhausted on Wednesday. I don't
know. Yeah. So we got a couple good topics to talk about this week. We did touch upon Gamescom being the next day because, you know, we are on Wednesday nights, and it was on Thursday. Did you get to watch Gamescom, Noodles?
Yep. So I missed the very, very first 10 minutes. I was in Maine on our little daycation, as you guys know, and I threw it on the, I don't know, GPS phone holder thing and threw on the video. Yeah. And we were driving home, actually, because anyone who knows, our daycation did not go as planned, and I booked the hotel for the wrong month. We still did go to Maine. We had a good day. we visited Portland, Maine, ate some lunch, walked the beach, and then drove home. Luckily, it's not too far, so nothing too bad, even though I screwed that up. But
yeah,
so
I can't imagine if I misbooked the Maine trip from Ohio, and I'm like, wait a minute, oh crap. Oof.
Oh yeah, very lucky that I was just driving there. It wasn't far, and luckily, Baggy has the date that I accidentally booked off as well from work.
Okay.
And unless my situation changes, we'll just go then. So we're still gonna do the trip just next month.
Okay. Well, that's cool. At least you didn't have to cancel and kind of lose out on that trip that you guys were going on. You know, that's nice. But was there anything in Gamescom that you were super excited about that you were not so excited about? You know, so, I was kind of underwhelmed by the show. I'll be honest with you. I was just like meh, whatever.
Yeah. I was excited for the show. That's why I let it play for the whole 2 hours whenever it wasn't losing service, and on my drive home. Obviously, I wasn't watching, but I got the gist of what was going on, and I pulled over twice just to watch the little trailers going on.
Sure.
I was watching because Destiny said it would be there. Destiny's there. I'm gonna watch. It was not, the Destiny portion wasn't anything. It was just a recap of kind of the new abilities, the look of them, and
it almost felt like
saw that once.
If you're a casual Destiny player and you didn't watch the main event for it, it's like a recap. Like, oh, by the way, we announced this before. Just in case you didn't catch it, here's the new stuff that's coming out, so that maybe you'll jump in and buy it, kind of a thing.
It was probably kind of to drive hype to non-Destiny people, right? Like, you might see them and be like, oh, that looks cool as hell, and then maybe go buy it. I don't know, but I was waiting for that, and then Fall Guys Season 2 was the other time I pulled over. And
I was really underwhelmed on that one, because I was like, maybe they're gonna do something in Fall Guys to get me to drop the money on it, to get me to go, because as I've been saying in your streams, I'm standing strong. I still haven't bought it. I'm waiting for the larger parties might hook me. But what I'm really looking for is those custom servers, you know, for community game nights, for just getting together with a bunch of your friends and being able to play all with each other without the worry about all the other randos that you get matched with, you know?
It'd be really cool if you could even just like, hey, let's go play only slime climb right now. I want to play. You think you're better at slime climb than me? Let's go 1v1 slime climb. Let's do it. You know, whatever. We want to play 2 teams of soccer, and I don't know why this is the game we're going to play soccer in together right now, but we're going to use Fall Guys and we're going to do it. Right. I think that's going to be the move. I agree. They didn't talk in the Fall Guys season 2 reveal. It was just a quick trailer, so those could be coming, and they just didn't say. All we saw was the new battle pass outfits were what, like a wizard, knight, barbarian or something. It's kind of fantasy
like
driven.
medieval stuff.
Yeah, and then we got there was 2 new modes at least: the hoops mode, and a mode where you kind of like are climbing and everybody has to move the blocks to get up the mountain or whatever.
Yeah, you like can pull these little things around and move them all over to jump over to the next section or whatever.
I agree. Nothing crazy added as far as we could tell. But I mean, you know, it looked fun. It was the same game that we are having fun playing for anyone who's bought it and enjoys it. Yeah. And I thought the new skins looked cool. I can't wait to be a wizard.
You know, it would be really neat if they did, because, you know, Disney's not afraid of their marketing deals, right? So if they had like Marvel stuff, and if they had Star Wars stuff, if they had just all the, you know, basically everything that Fortnite had as costumes, essentially.
I know,
just throw that in there.
Charge for all of that though, and I don't want to do that. I'm kind of happy they're doing their own stuff, although I don't know if you follow them on Twitter or anything. They did whoever's the highest bidder can pick a skin in the game.
The Fallen one?
No, that was Dr. Lupo.
Okay.
That was the Dr. Lupo thing. This was whoever bids the most money can have a skin in game.
Ah, wow. And are they giving the money to charity, or is they putting it into dev, or what's going on with that?
All the money's going to charity. Going to charity. The highest bidder at one point was $500,000 from a YouTuber. The winner ended up being 4 people came together and donated $1 million. So they raised $1 million for charity. It was Ninja, Aim Labs. I'm gonna forget the last 2. I think it was like a headphones company, like either Astro or somebody, and then another like sponsor type company, I believe. So it was 4 people came together, and they're gonna come out with. They're each getting their own skin, actually, which some people were pissed about because the YouTuber who was willing to give $500K,
he
was
alone
getting 1 skin for $500K. Now they're getting 4 skins for $250K a piece. So I know a lot of fans of the YouTuber were pretty ticked.
Yeah, that would be kind of irritating, because technically he is the top donor. If you really break it down, like he didn't have anyone else going in with him.
I guess to be fair to the group, they only expected to get 1 skin out of the $1 million deal. So they didn't ask for 4. So they were going to get 1 out of combinedly bringing $1 million in. And Fall Guys said because it was so much money, anyway, they know it was 4 people.
Okay.
They're going to do all 4 skins. So I don't know.
I guess
it's definitely one of those.
Kind of cool.
It's a good cause, right? $1 million for a good cause.
$1 million to charity. Do you know what charity they were donating to?
I don't recall.
Okay. That's cool, just because obviously, like you said, charity stuff. I guess I could see it, you know, if I was that YouTuber. First off, can you imagine being a YouTuber that has $500,000 to drop on a Fall Guys skin for charity or something? Like,
I mean, I'm not a YouTube person. Like, I don't follow YouTube, but I never heard of the person, so that was even more
surprising.
You know, like I wouldn't have been surprised if it was like PewDiePie, right? If it was PewDiePie or whatever, I would have been like, okay, I know that name. Everybody knows that name.
Sure.
He probably has 500K easy, and there we go. But it was somebody that I wasn't familiar with.
That you didn't know. Okay. Well, I didn't even know about the whole event in general. I do not follow them on Twitter. I should, because obviously that's how I'm going to get advanced information about them super cool custom servers, but hopefully they'll add it. The one thing
I'll tell you, you know that.
Well, yeah, of course, I guess we'll talk about it here and all that good stuff. But the one good point that was made anti-custom servers being added was the griefing would be really strong. Like, you know, holding people back or, you know, cheating or anything like that. I'm like, but it's a custom server, so who cares? Like, it's with you and a bunch of friends, and
you don't get points.
Like, you don't get crowns, you don't get anything. You're just doing it for the fun of it. So, like, who cares? Kind of a thing, you know.
I pulled it up. It was Ninja, Mr. Beast,
okay,
G2, the esports org, and Aim Labs.
Okay.
Aim Lab. So.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I see where people could get irritated that they split it up into 4 costumes just because like the whole premise was supposed to be bid on one single costume. But it is kind of cool that the Fortnite developers they're like, hey, it's a lot of money. I know you all came together. Let's just give you each one, you know? It's almost like they should also give that YouTuber a skin too and be like, you want to throw 250
People were
in?
saying that, yeah.
Let's give you a skin too. Kind of a
So
deal.
the money went to Special Effect, a UK-based charity that's leveling the playing field for gamers with physical disabilities around the world.
Oh, okay. So it's like Able Gamers type thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's cool. That's
pretty
very cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they may as well use the hype for something like that. You know, you don't want to waste, because eventually Fall Guys is going to fall off the map. Ha ha ha. And they're not going to be as popular anymore, obviously. But like,
I feel like that's coming soon. I'm going to be honest. And
You
I
think
like
so?
the game. I don't know. I mean, obviously they just raised $1 million, so it hasn't died. At least these people don't believe it's going to die. They wouldn't have spent. I mean, it was for a good cause, right? So maybe they would have.
Yeah.
But you have figured they're also hoping it's a marketing move.
yeah.
And I
mean,
guess the YouTuber was FGEETV. FGTV maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've never heard of them. That's interesting.
Yeah, they were the one who were dropping,
$500,000
and didn't win.
And didn't win. Ouch. I mean,
Yeah, can you imagine that? You're like, I'm gonna drop $500,000 to have my skin in game, and you get outbid. Ugh.
you're like, how did that happen? Damn. Oof. I mean, so if Fall Guys doesn't do something like custom servers, maybe larger parties, more control
Games.
over the maps you're playing, maybe more map, just load it full of different game modes and everything. I think you're right. I think it would fall from grace pretty quickly because people get bored, you know? And eventually when you play the exact same things over and over and over and over and over again, you're just like, well, I'm kind of done with this. Which is weird that I say that because you play
right?
Destiny and I play Call of Duty, and there's not many things that are more repetitive than a first-person shooter. But I don't know, it feels different because in that game you basically just walk around and hit the jump button, right?
I guess in theory, obviously, you could say you walk around and push the shoot button, right? It's
Yeah. No,
but,
you have to jump and slide and do all the
yeah, you can grab and dive and I don't know.
I mean, it's
most games are simple, but it's a very simple game. It is. It's some of the modes make it a little more diverse, but a lot of the diverse modes, in my opinion, are the worst modes of the game.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah, like I don't feel like I would enjoy the tail grab. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd like that one.
Latency makes it so like people grab your tail and it looks like they're like 10 feet away.
So I wonder if they're gonna take some game modes out and like listen to the community a little bit and like get rid of the tail grab per se, and just because most people don't like it. I'm sure there's someone out there that does, but if the vast majority of the people are hating on it, why wouldn't you remove it, replace it with something different? And
I guess the problem is though, like, it's supposed to be a party game, and I feel like we're haters of these modes because they're not competitive, but this game wasn't built to be. I know they're becoming like a big deal, they're doing, I don't know, they're doing tourneys and stuff with it, which is ridiculous in my opinion.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Or at least they're doing one of those Twitch rivals. That's what they're doing with Fall Guys.
What were we were looking on Twitch just randomly before the show, and Bud Light's doing their little promotion, which is Fall Guys. We golf with friends or whatever we saw. And one other game in there. And so they're running a tournament off of these small little games, and like Tim's playing, Lupo's playing, like all these big streamers are playing right now. And I mean, I guess there's an audience out there for it. Right now, I think when I last looked, Fall Guys is sitting
I saw
at
11,000 with just Bud Light.
Well, Fall Guys, the category itself, is sitting at 216,000 viewers right now. Like,
I mean, I'm sure it's still doing well. I'm not saying it's dead yet. Obviously, it's clearly not. But I mean, it's inflated depending on who's there. Tim can play any game and have 30K plus, pretty much.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I mean, Dr. Lupo's there. He typically sits around 10 plus.
Shroud is actually killing it lately. He's in that tournament too. So Oh no.
Oh, and I'm saying low numbers for these guys. I've seen Tim at 300. I've seen Lupo at,
Okay.
whatever, close to 100.
The marketing that Fall Guys and Tim did kind of together. I don't feel like it was a marketing ploy because I was watching Tim play. I was watching him play and he was getting griefed like crazy. Like I've never seen.
I heard. Yeah.
I've never seen griefing like that in a video game ever, and it was amusing to watch, but also kind of like, okay, now I want Tim to win, so now I have to watch until he wins, and then of course he won when I wasn't watching. But
it blew up. It was pretty crazy. I mean, obviously it did this. That was already the peak of the mountain at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, Tim is playing right now, and he's definitely nowhere. He's doing well. I'm not gonna trash on his numbers by any means, but not 350,000 viewers like he did the day he won. Yeah.
Well, any other things that
Gamescom?
Games? I mean, they had a Call of Duty trailer. You had what?
Little Nightmares 2 was my probably most exciting moment from the whole thing.
That's funny that you say that because now I'm trying to remember that even being in Gamescom and I can't. Okay.
You missed
Interesting.
It. Did you play the first or see the first? Or?
No, I never did. So that probably, made me go, oh, well, there's a sequel to a game that I don't even know what it is. But what's that game about?
It's like a creepy platformer. Like, you ever play the game Inside or what's the other one? It's just kind of one of those, like, it's like creepy. I don't want to call it quite horror because like a kid could play it, but the dolls and stuff are definitely creepy as hell. And they're coming for you. Like, they're gonna, you will die if they get to you or whatever. And basically you're just trying to progress through the levels without getting grabbed, without getting spotted, without, you know, kind of whatever you feel in the level. The level kind of dictates what's going on. You know, if you see like a camera flashing or whatever, you'd probably try to avoid it. You know, like if it's moving, you'd try to hide behind a pillar when it's on its way or whatever, stuff like that. And it's just kind of very creepy, almost Tim Burton-esque.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm still drawing a blank on that one for some reason.
The first one, you know, is a little yellow, like looks like a rain jacket character, and like I said, was like creepy, like almost claymation dolls that are trying to capture you.
Okay. Call of Duty was in there.
And then the second one's 2 people, but yeah, Call of Duty, anything good? I didn't see the Call of Duty somehow.
It was it was just like Destiny. It was kind of like a recap of like, oh, if you missed the trailer before, here's another trailer of Cold War. And it wasn't, there was no gameplay or anything. It was just, you know, the cinematic CG stuff. Obviously, it was in-engine, because that's all they do now. But nothing super exciting. September 9th is the next exciting day in Call of Duty when it's the worldwide multiplayer reveal. I'll, of course, watch that. Kind of determine whether or not I want to get into the beta. I probably will. Let's not lie to ourselves now. I'm a Call of Duty player, so...
Yeah, so it'll be right before this next episode. We'll be able to talk about it right afterward.
Yep, we sure will. It's every single time we like Wednesday. The good thing about Wednesday is there's not an event on Wednesday nights almost ever. But it's always like, well, tomorrow's an event or this weekend's an event, and then you know you have the gap in between the weekend to the actual show days. But maybe one of these weekends we should do a live reaction show to one of the weekend events or something like that, where we hang out with the viewers and all watch it together.
So we've definitely played with other ideas. We talked about
community game nights,
where we play your game, my game, whatever.
Yeah, and it's more because when we first started the channel, I was like, you know, we could accidentally hit affiliate if we stream more, because we have to have more days in there. But I think it would be fun for us to do a community game night and kind of bring the communities together in a way. Because, you know, I do my community game night on Sunday evenings already. And so it would be kind of cool to be able to join communities and mix and match people a little bit, you know? I don't know. Sure. We'll come up with something on that. There was one thing that I was thoroughly disappointed with in Gamescom. And interestingly enough, I didn't even know it was going to be a thing until Gamescom. So I'm sitting in I'm watching the show, and they come on and they start talking about Medal of Honor. If you remember, Medal of Honor used to be a pretty decent shooter back in the day until, you know, they dropped the ball one game and then they kind of abandoned development completely. And me wanting a new first-person shooter, military-style shooter like a Battlefield, Call of Duty, etc. I'm like, oh, no way, they're bringing Medal of Honor back. This is going to be amazing. It was a VR game. And it looked... Well, let's just say it looked mediocre even for VR.
Okay.
and I was like, dang it. I was really excited, and then all of a sudden they're like, we're going to take you into VR. And I'm like, ugh.
Wasn't it only VR for like certain modes or like... I vaguely remember this going on.
No, it would like, as far as I can tell, it's completely 100% VR, and that's it. Okay. Like, it's a Medal of Honor. It's just VR. It's kind of like Half-Life Alyx, but like not as good. And you know, they may as well have been like, we're bringing Medal of Honor to mobile. That would have been the same amount of crap for me.
For you, yeah, at least, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I don't own a VR, and I haven't seen anything to persuade me to buy a VR.
I'll tell you what, VR is absolutely amazing, but not for everything. Like, one game that does have my attention for VR is Hitman 3, because Hitman 3 is going to be you're going to be able to play the entire campaign in VR. The only thing that's going to feel weird is like there's one version of Hitman, you know, where you're going and you're strangling someone out with the razor wire or piano wire or whatever, right? And you do it by holding triangle, right? But that's going to be a whole different thing where you're literally like pulling on a dude's head in VR. Like, I don't know, it's a little sadistic.
I wonder how in depth they're going to go. Like, are you going to have blood all over your like VR face and like...
Yeah, like...
I don't know. It could get pretty gruesome for sure.
Because like there's some kills in Hitman where you slam a guy's face on a toilet and then drown him in the toilet, and you're like, I don't know about that in VR, man. I'd be like the nice Hitman. I'd be like, I'll just shoot you in the head from a distance. I'm done. Like, whatever.
Just wait till there's the 4D VR experience where you actually get splashed with water when you slam him in the toilet.
Right, and you're like, what is going on here? Like, I don't know how I would deal with playing Hitman in VR. Like, the sneaking around and being all covert and stuff would be awesome. Yeah. But it's like that final moment where you're like, okay, now I have to kill you. Oof. Oh no, it's like holding triangle is way different than like looping a wire around someone's head and squeezing. Like, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. I'm a little intrigued now to see how this goes, because I don't know, you see all those articles already that gaming causes violence and all that BS, and
right.
This one, I don't know. I could see some correlation with depending on what age you're allowing. You know, the brain's not fully developed, and they're over here using VR to strangle people.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm curious about it, so I'll probably end up playing it just because of the curiosity will get the best of me. But that's one where at least it's gonna pull me in enough for me to try it. Because most of the time in VR, I play like ping pong or tennis or Beat Saber, of course. You know, like I play a lot of rhythm games are what I like on VR, honestly. Of course I do.
Was there anything from Star Wars in
Vader Immortal?
Star Wars stuff, but anything that you were excited about in the
Vader Immortal was one of the best VR experiences I've ever had, because, you know, you're fighting with a lightsaber and using the Force and all that stuff. So Vader Immortal was amazing. It came out on the Oculus Quest originally, and now it's going to be on PSVR as well. But that was one of my favorite experiences ever. And then, well, I mean, like I said, Beat Saber is just amazing.
Beat Saber looks fun.
Yeah, it's a rhythm game, and I like rhythm games. And then, well, it's lightsabers. So rhythm, lightsabers, both in the same game. Yeah, I'm good.
Here's the real question: did Gamescom get you to buy Sims 4 or?
God, no. I did. Obviously, there was the Star Wars stuff, and I'm like, yeah. See, that's the only thing that I don't like about Disney having the license now, is that Star Wars is just being thrown into everything. They're just like, give us all your money, literally all of it. And so, like, The Sims didn't feel like it didn't feel, I don't know, like it should be in The Sims. Like, it was even a stretch for Fortnite, but it was cool because you could fight with a lightsaber and chop down things and all that cool stuff. But when it comes to Sims, where, you know, their gibberish talk that they do, so you're you're the Star Wars characters talking in gibberish Sims talk, and it's like, I don't know, that just doesn't feel right to me. Feels awkward.
I know. I mean, Baggy's a Sims player, and she buys all the expansions. She has every single one. And the first 2 days after that was talking about how much she was so upset that was the pack that got released. It's the big pack of the year. You know, they only get so many or whatever.
I didn't know
they
big,
only like more expensive one. They usually do like small, I don't know, $10-15 like. I don't want to call them throwaway packs, but but this is like the bigger, I don't know, $30 pack or whatever.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And you're going to like,
she's a little upset.
Yeah, I would be too, honestly. I mean, I don't play The Sims, but me as a Star Wars fan, I'm like, it just doesn't feel like it fits that world. It feels like it's forced, you know?
I guess she said rumor was it would be space, so it kind of makes sense that if you're gonna do space and Star Wars is an option, you might as well hit both at the same time. But
yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Who
I'm
knows?
Sure
it could
probably play decent. You got Disney's money, and then Sims does good for their audience. Sims people seem to like Sims stuff.
Doesn't have things like combat, right? You don't like fight in The Sims, do you?
No, I mean, even I haven't played in years, and I've seen Baggy play, but not a ton. But even your careers, you hop in the car, and half the time they just come back from work with the money. Like you didn't go serve people at the counter or whatever. You didn't actually physically do anything. Happened.
Yeah, so it's not like you're gonna have lightsaber battles or anything like that in there. You're just gonna have skins.
You'll click somebody and you'll say duel, and then they'll duel, and then you'll see who wins.
And you won't actually get to do anything. You'll just watch them do the thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm not super happy about that, but I mean, Star Wars is just getting sent everywhere. I mean, I even have an OSU Star Wars shirt. It has a Darth Vader on it. It says your lack of scarlet and gray is disturbing because, your lack of confidence in the Force. I forget the line all of a sudden. My brain's stopping, but it's just takes one of the lines, inserts colors of school, and then has a Darth Vader helmet with the logo of the school. And I think they have it for all the schools. And yeah, it's cool because I'm like, ooh, Ohio State plus my favorite thing, Star Wars. But I'm like, it just feels odd. It feels like
I'm so happy you just said Ohio State because you said OSU, and I kind of was just like bobbing my head, like I don't know what the man's talking
Oregon
about.
State, Oklahoma, like which?
I didn't even think of a state. Isn't OSU like that weird game on? OSU? But that game.
No. Yeah. I played that game. Because like I said, I love rhythm games. What
you're talking about. I was like, why is Star Wars OSU or whatever shirt, and why did you buy it?
Oh man, that's hilarious. Speaking of that game, I have a quick tangent there. I saw that game and I was like, you know what? That might make me better at first-person shooters too.
Didn't work.
Just click control, mouse control. I tried it once, literally one song. Halfway through, I was like, nope, can't do this. I don't like this at all.
It looks hard.
It's really hard, like way harder than you would ever expect it to be, honestly. So I just used 3D Aim Trainer. But anyway, yeah, OSU. Hated that game, even though I love rhythm games. Oh man, tangent. Anyway, back to Gamescom. And we're back.
I mean, I don't think there's much more to say about Gamescom, but
no, not really. Did we see another Cyberpunk thing in there, or am I remembering the Nvidia thing for Cyberpunk?
I don't recall it. I mean, I know it got delayed again or whatever, but
I'm pretty sure Cyberpunk 2077 is just the year that we're actually going to get to play it. They just didn't tell us.
57 years from now.
Yeah,
it won't even be futuristic anymore.
Yeah, it'll just be normal.
Current event.
Yeah. But speaking of the Nvidia event, we got to see the new video cards. We got to see pricing. We got to see the sizzle reels of their 3090, which is the same cost as a whole computer. We got to, did you watch that event?
I did not. I've seen the tweets of the specs, and I've seen the cost. I've seen it all. Heard a little bit from you, I think. But yeah, I mean, anything cool happened during the event?
The coolest thing that happened during the event was the performance for price that we're getting now. Honestly, they go into tech talk where they're like teraflops, gigaflips, and who's a what's, and even though I'm a software developer and like some of that stuff sounds like normal crap to me, I'm still like, you guys are like way up here Bring it down. Like all these
you're gonna be
normies are
hardware
watching
guys.
this right now.
The normies, yeah.
All us normies are watching this thing now. So obviously they're saying, they promote it by being, 1.9 times more efficient per watt. And you're like, okay, what does that mean in game performance? But the specs are amazing. So with like the 3080, for example, that thing is supposed to be like 2 times faster than the 2080 Ti that we have now. And it's only $700. Like, yeah, 700
only,
bucks.
right? I mean, that's
700
that's
bucks.
a lot of money. But
$700 is a lot of money. But so that's their flagship card, which I thought it was going to be $800 to be honest. So I'm very happy that it's $100 cheaper. That's awesome. But the 3070 is kind of cool because it's $500, which is probably about the cost of what a new console is going to be. I would be willing to guess. And it's still more powerful than the 2080 Ti that we have now. The 2080 Ti is like the best card that we have right now in performance. And that thing for $500 is outperforming it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, big leap in performance.
Huge.
I saw a graph of the performance leaps we've been getting, and this is the biggest one we've had in a long time. It seemed like.
And they made like Jay's 2 Cents and a couple of YouTube channels that I keep up with for hardware stuff. They were like, we told you months ago that normally the second generation of a technology like RTX is normally the generation where they kind of figure it out and they really boost the performance, and then it kind of levels off again. They just say the second generation is almost always one of the best ones in cost-free performance. And luckily they were right, so I'm gonna get the 3080. I know you were actually mulling around the idea of getting the 3090, which is that thing is a monster. Not only is it monster performance-wise, but that thing is freaking mungus inside your case. Like, it's a 3-slot card, and it's like longer than any card I've ever seen. Like, you might have to get a full-size case in order to fit this thing in your case. It's so insane, but it can do 8K. Because
is the 3080 the same size as like our 2080s, or?
I think it's like if you get the Founders Edition, which is the Nvidia official one with their cross cooling system. It's a little bit bigger, so it's a little fatter just because it's got more fins. On it. But lengthwise, I want to say it's a little bit longer, but not like a lot. Like the 3090 is massive. That thing is huge. It's like a cinder block, like gigantic. But,
I was definitely kicking around the idea of getting a 3090, and then I kept looking at the price, kept looking at what I was getting, and I could buy 2 3080s and still be $100 cheaper than the 3090.
If you bought the 3090, I would drive up there, smack you, and say, return it, get a 3080, a new MOBO, and a new processor. Just get a whole new.
That's the thing. For $1,500, I could do exactly that. I could buy the best CPUs are like $400, $500 tops.
Yep.
So $500. Let's say $500 plus the $700 for the 3080. We're at $1,200, and now I have $200 to buy a MOBO and some RAM, and I could probably do that.
Yeah.
And I would have an entirely brand new, top of the line PC instead of just a GPU.
Because I wonder if you'd run into CPU throttling with the 3090. Like your 3090 would be like, give me all the stuff, and your CPU's like, I'm trying, I can't keep up. I don't know, sorry. Like it just.
I already think that's my bottleneck, personally.
You do, even with your 2080. So
I have a 20. I have the i5 9600 6-core or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
I think so. It's not a bad car. I mean, bad processor, but I think it's the bottleneck.
For your money, getting a new MOBO RAM processor, I guess at that point it's basically a new computer. You could do all that for the cost of the 3090, and you'd probably see more performance gains doing that than you would just getting the 3090 and plopping it in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was going to get the GPU, I'd have to buy all the other stuff as well anyway, and now we're talking $2,000 or more for my computer. Yeah, I think I'll, if I do it, I'm still mulling it over. Gonna be dependent a little bit if this job that I'm
No, of
thinking
course.
about
Yeah,
happens.
of course.
But yeah, 3080, and then probably update the whole thing, and then give Becky my 2080, and then use the 970 with probably her current build, and make that potentially try it, see if it helps as a streaming PC. I probably won't need it, but I'll play around with it. I'll have a third PC.
Yeah.
So
There's really two worlds of thought in that. It's like either I want two PCs is the way to go, or one PC is the way to go. I just feel like it's easier to manage one single PC.
I agree. I'm gonna try. I'm probably gonna stick to the one, but I'm gonna have a second PC just kicking around, so I might just see.
True.
You know.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to buy a new capture card, too.
I have a capture card.
Oh, you do? What do you have? Elgato?
Yeah, I have the HD 60
Okay.
external whatever.
Okay, so yeah, the USB whatever. Yeah. I used to have that card. Yep.
I don't love the card, I'm gonna be real honest about it, but it'll do the job.
It'll do the job. Yeah, it'll do the job. Well, I don't know. I think that would be the best way for you to go, just because
For sure.
if you think your CPU's weak already, you can't really throw more graphics at it and just expect it to be like, oh, I'm upgraded now. Let's go. You know?
Right. Yeah, I would have to. Destiny is a CPU intensive game, so getting a better GPU probably won't fix anything.
Would you ever mull over going to AMD instead of going Intel?
So I was originally, before we even got 30 series news, was debating just upgrading just my CPU, right? I was going to buy the i9 9900K and be like, there's nothing I can do. This is the best I get.
Okay.
There's no bottleneck here. I can't do anything about it, at least. And now if I'm going to build from scratch, I would potentially, whatever, when I have the money and I go to build, whatever's the best processor on the market.
Okay.
Like, whether it's Intel or AMD, I will not care.
You will not care.
Whatever was the best for its money, you know, I might not buy the top of the line, but whatever makes the sense to buy, I won't care if it's Intel.
You won't have any brand loyalties at that point. Ha.
I will not.
Screw you,
I'm not
Intel.
a brand loyalist completely on Intel. I know Intel, so I stuck with them.
No, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna buy the 3080. And I can't wait until I get it. And the only thing that sucks,
2080?
I'm gonna sell it.
Okay.
Even though I'm not gonna get a lot of money for it, and I already know that because the moment those prices were announced, all 20 series cards went blip for the used market, down to real low prices. But I'll get a little bit out of it, and I'll drop it, get it out of here. I did have a small idea where I was going to hold on to it, and then I was like, no, there's no, like, what am I gonna do? Just hold on to it until I build potentially another PC, and then I have this old graphics card. It's like the old mindset, because I used to have like drawers full of RAM, because I was always like, oh, take the RAM out of that just in case.
I still have like 6 RAM cards that they're garbage. They're nothing now.
You look at it and you're like, oh wow, this is the slowest RAM I've seen in a long time. That's gonna be useless.
2 gigs and it's like 2500 speed or whatever.
You're like,
okay,
this is gross.
I'm not gonna use that.
So yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of it. While I can get a little bit of money out of it, I'll go ahead and sell it. Of course, I'm not gonna sell it before I get my 3080 sitting in that computer, but
right.
we'll get rid of it. A couple other things that they announced during that. They announced Nvidia Reflex and also Nvidia Broadcast. Nvidia Reflex, it sounded cool until they specified that you have to have a specific monitor to be able to get the full benefit out of it. So what it does is it's supposed to improve the latency between you and what you see. And it's basically, without getting into the technical side, the CPU and the GPU are doing the same things at the same time, instead of the CPU queuing up a bunch of things for the GPU to do and the GPU catching up to it, right? But the thing is you have to buy one of those new 360 hertz monitors that has the Reflex engine chip in it. Plug your mouse into the monitor into your computer in order to be able to get all the benefits of it, which, ew, gross.
I mean, that monitor was how much? It was like $800?
Yeah, because it's a 1440p 360 hertz monitor. Like, you're not getting a You're not getting a 144 hertz 1440 or something like that. You're getting, the best monitors refresh rate wise you can get right now. So it's not going to be cheap. So that, even though it would be cool to be able to get the benefits of it, because it does make it so that the, the responsiveness of your PC feels better, I'm not going to buy a new monitor for that. No way. So
I mean, maybe in a year or two, those will drop. And, like you said, if the cards don't keep skyrocketing in performance, they start to level off a bit, then it might be the move at that point.
That's true.
Black
the
Friday
other thing,
deals, not this year, next year or something.
Right. Yeah, and then, there'll be 40 different compatible monitors out there for it instead of 4, and you'll kind of have a little bit more of a competitive market out there and all that good stuff,
Yeah.
The other thing, though, is really cool. Nvidia Broadcast. So, do you remember RTX Voice, which was the AI-controlled noise removal system? I actually did a YouTube video on it when I was using it for a while. I have since stopped using it because there were certain times where it did make your voice sound robot-y. When a new sound was introduced into the system, the AI had to catch up again. So it sounded like a robot for just that little bit of time. And that little bit of time bugged me enough to where I stopped using RTX Voice. It's built into this Nvidia Broadcast, but the cool thing about Nvidia Broadcast is the green screen ability without a green screen. And you've seen this 1,000 times. Skype, I think, has it.
PlayStation
has it. FaceTime on Macs and iPhones and stuff. Background replacement, essentially, right? The difference is it's AI controlled, so it's kind of interesting that one thing it does, which I don't know if I like this or hate this, but when you green screen yourself, you can turn on like frame, I forget what they call it. It's like it fixes the frame. So like if I move over here, it moves with you, kind of a thing.
Okay.
Like the camera focuses on you. It's like tracking you, and then you can remove backgrounds with the click of a button. You can replace backgrounds with a click of a button. So technically in OBS, you could have 3 different scenes. One scene that is the full background, another scene that's zoomed in and it follows your face, another scene that is you green screened out of it, so you can have like you just sitting in your gameplay like Dr. Disrespect or someone who uses the green screen. And then you could also have another scene that actually just replaces the whole background in general and you're in another room. That is really interesting to me. I'm kind of interested in that one.
Yeah, we'll see how good it functions, right? I mean, I know the PlayStation was trash, and it all still depends on lighting a little bit. I don't know if this AI one will be better about not caring about lighting.
The demo was kind of interesting because he had a pretty busy room, not checkerboard like a busy room like you. He just had things in the background that are just normally in the room, right? And when he turned it on, you could definitely see there was a little bit of an edge, but over time, that edge went away. It was like when he initially clicked the button, it was jaggedy and kind of not perfect. And then over time, it like got better and better and better to the end when he switched it to be, his talking head over gameplay type footage. It was perfect.
But you figure once you're in the corner too, you're smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you probably don't see that.
You could probably start it up half an hour before your stream. You're chilling in your chair anyway.
Right.
Start playing, and then by the time you go live, it'd be gone.
If we do something like our scenes right now, so like your scene right now, if you're doing, the talking head portion, which is just chatting, you have one scene. You have the scene where you have the full background. You're not just sitting there on nothing, right? So your gameplay scene is working, and the AI is building it and fixing it and making it as good as it can be. You switch over to your gameplay, and then all of a sudden it's perfect, and you have no background now. But you don't have to have a green screen or anything, because I know you and me were both actually considering getting the Elgato green screens, right? The one that comes up from the ground. I thought about getting that one a couple times because, like, let's say you switch to gameplay, you run a little like sizzle reel of your game, and then you just boom, and then you have your green screen set up right behind you.
True.
So I don't know. I'm interested to see it. I couldn't find a release date right before this. I don't think it's officially available. I want to say it's like October or something like that, though.
I was gonna say, is that only if you have the new Nvidia card, or is that just like anybody's good to go? Or
so RTX Voice is now called, I think it's just part of Nvidia Broadcast. I don't think they call it RTX Voice anymore. And you can use it on any Nvidia card. I think that the green screen effects are specific to RTX cards, though.
Okay, so 2070, 80.
Yeah, so 2060, 70, 80, and then the 3000, all the 3000 series, of course.
Yep.
One thing that I'm curious about, because obviously it was a pre-composed video, pre-recorded thing where the guy was demoing this stuff. I wonder if there's going to be latency. So, like, if I throw together a scene with the background removal, is my microphone then no longer going to be synced with my video, and I have to do like this microphone delay thing on stream? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
it
my
has a
biggest fear in
process.
even replacing my camera. Like, every time I think about getting, one of those Sony whatever cameras and stuff, and then now I have to sit there and play around and hope my voice and video match. It sounds like a nightmare to me.
So it's really easy. I had to do it with mine, and my microphone was actually faster than my video because it's going direct into, obviously, the sound, and the video gets processed just a little bit. But it's only 65 milliseconds difference. So all you do is you turn it on so the camera audio is you can hear it, and you can hear your mic audio, and then you throw it into like Premiere Pro and see what the adjustment is, and then just enter the numbers. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, that sounds pretty easy. Yeah.
It's not too bad. It's not bad at all. But yeah, you do have to adjust it a little bit, or at least I did, because as opposed to my C920, which is the camera you use, right?
It is, yeah.
So when I switched off that and I went from it to a Sony Alpha 5100 into a cam link, there was just that little teeny bit of delay. So It wasn't bad. But
like, I just recently found all that NDI stuff with OBS, and you can use like your iPhone as a camera if you wanted or something.
Yep.
And I debated it because even my last gen iPhone is a better camera in theory than my C920, right? I mean,
yeah. Okay.
Especially my new phone is definitely better. I even tried it. I tried it in OBS. There's a 15-minute. You can do 15 minutes at a time without paying money.
Yep.
And I, walked around and I could see my whole house, and it looks okay. Obviously, it's shaky because I'm holding it.
Yeah.
But,
you're not exactly.
It looked really nice compared to a C920 or something. But
yeah,
I'm not gonna pull my phone away every time and have it heating up and sitting there and whatever.
Yeah, like I've tried doing the remote streaming before while disc golfing on my iPhone.
Yep.
And if you're out at a park or something like that, like, it's kind of understandable that the video is going to be like shaky and you're going to be adjusting it and stuff like that. And I guess it's the kind of the vibe of the video anyways. But it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I don't think I would use my phone either, because then I'd get a text message and be like, I really want to check that. And it's your camera. You're like, I really want to look at that text. Dang it.
That's why you have to wear your Apple Watch, and then you can.
Right. But yeah, I mean, that's a cool option for those people. Well, especially now with the C920 and basically all kinds of streaming gear always being out of stock, or you pay $1,000 for a $100 camera. Like, I mean, if you want to start something, you can at least rock that out for a while, right?
Yeah, it worked pretty good. Like I said, I did a quick test. Unfortunately, I tried to actually do it live in the middle of a stream once, and it flipped the orientations, so my face was stretched.
Oh, that's awesome.
Basically, when the phone was straight up, it thought it was landscape, and when it was landscape, it thought it was horizontal or vertical. So the OBS was I was sideways and stretched, and it was a mess. So
it was a great tutorial clip.
Yeah.
You're like, look, this is gonna work. Oh, that didn't work at all. Oh crap. That's awesome. Well, this month on Twitch is September.
Yeah, that's true.
That's pretty cool. So I've been hearing that this year's September is kind of meh compared to some other years. So,
but I actually now think it's the best year.
What changed your mind?
I'll inform you.
I'm curious.
So the last 2 years, I can't remember the exact details of September. It does change every year. They partner with some company, and this year it's Chase Freedom.
Is it Chase Freedom? I thought it was Capital One.
It's Capital One. I don't know. It's some bank that obviously I didn't pay much attention to.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Capital Chase Freedom.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, it's some bank, and they partner with them, and it saves people money on subs or whatever, right?
Right.
So this year is a percentage off based on how long you sub for a streamer, right? So you do a 1 month sub, you save about $1. So instead of $5, you sub to a streamer, it's $4. The streamer still gets $250 or just about $250, and Twitch only now takes. They probably still get $250 because
because Capital One probably covers the. Yeah.
Right. And then you can do a 3-month or 6-month and even a bigger savings. The 6-month you saved $8.98 if I remember correctly for 6 months.
Oh, okay. So it's
so
more than 2 months. Huh. Okay.
So it was $20 and some odd cents, right? For 6 months. That's not bad. And the reason I thought it was the worst time ever, and they did this last year too, is it says only to new subs. Right?
Or upgrade subs, right? So like if you gifted a sub and you upgrade from the gifted, right?
Right. So let's say, whatever, you're in my channel and I gift you a sub, and then you want to now, oh, I really liked being here. Let me actually pay to be a sub.
Yep.
The next month, you can get that discount. And then what I meant by only new is if you're already subbed to my channel, too bad. You're paying $5. You're stuck with it. There's a workaround. This is why it's my favorite time ever now.
Okay.
I tried it. It works. Go to all your channels you sub to, or at least all the ones that you want to do this. I mean, you might as well do all of them because you'll save $1.
Right.
Cancel all your subscriptions, and then you can immediately go into their channel, click sub, and all the deals are there.
Really?
So even though you're still currently subbed, because obviously your sub doesn't run out the second you hit cancel.
Right. It's still
based on a date.
Once it ends or comes to the date that you've... Yeah.
But you can instantly... So like, I sub to you, Darth, drop in, I cancel the sub, and I immediately go, oh, I'll do 6 months, and now it's only $20 for the next 6 months.
Interesting.
In the long run, I'll save money, and you still get the same money. So it's a win-win for everybody if you want to sub to.
Oh, that is a much better system. That is nice. Well,
Yeah.
I guess with the workaround, hopefully they don't ever like patch it and like take that workaround away.
I think ideally they wanted it to be for subs, but I guess the idea there is they're trying to get you to spend more money on Twitch, right? Like you're like, oh, now it's only $4. I'll do it. It's $4.
Well,
but
it's a mental game. It's just like buy one, get one at half price. Or what are those deals where it's like the Giant Eagle card or whatever? Giant Eagle's a grocery store in my area. I don't know if you guys have it, but
I don't know what that is. No.
It's like, they'll post it in the aisle as like $12 for 3 of these cases of pop. But what people do is they go, oh, well, I got to buy 3 cases. What you don't know is that you don't actually have to buy 3. You still get the same
$4
price.
a case. Yeah.
You still get the same price with your card. They just market it that way. So mentally you go, oh, I have to get all 3 of these. And then you spend more money. It's just it's the mental game of like that little bit of savings is more likely to make you spend money. It just is because you're like, oh, it's a better deal. I want to do it. I don't know.
But I plan on making one of those timed bot posts, not just because I need all the subs, but if you're gonna sub to me anyway, you might as well do the workaround, cancel and save $1, or I don't know, maybe heck you go, oh, I'll do 6 months while it's on sale, and so win-win for both of us. It's
that's interesting.
If you were gonna stay subbed anyway, you might as well save $10 or whatever it is.
Yeah, save money where you can,
Which is for sure.
Which, going into your statement of, well, Twitch wants their money, they released today, I got an email this afternoon that was, watch parties are now globally available for all creators. And the very first thing that I thought about that is I went, well, that's shitty. Where'd my squad streams go? I'm like, give us squad streams instead. That was supposed to be a thing way before watch parties even were thought of. And I'm like, this is just to get more money, Mr. Amazon Bezos man. Because in order to participate in a watch party, you have to be a Amazon Prime or a Prime Video member to be able to watch the video with the streamer. So he's like, well, maybe some of these Twitch streamers can entice their communities to become Amazon Prime members, or also Prime Video members. Because I guess
it's
technically,
such a tough sell. Because I don't know about you, but like, if I said, hey, this Friday, let's watch. I can't even think. I think Monk is still on Amazon Prime. I love Monk.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Monk Friday, let's all watch it. I don't know. I'm not a big streamer. Let's say I have 10 viewers, right? Okay, 2 of them have Prime, so now it's me and 2 of my... I mean, that's still cool, but what about the other 8 people who always hang out in my chat?
And that's another thing. You can't broadcast the video feed. So it's just you in your full chatting view watching a movie with other people.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you're not allowed to broadcast the video. You have to. They sign in.
I thought when they were signed in, they couldn't see the video. It's kind of like VODs being sub only. I thought it was like that.
So they watch it in Twitch, but your face is also on, like, you're just chatting. This view of you, like the view I'm looking at now, is you watching a video with me hanging out with me.
I'll have to. One of my friends does it all the time, and I never pop in because, like, I say friends, but I mean mutuals, you know? Like,
Sure.
And I don't know. I felt a little too close knit for me to just hop into their movie night, especially because I don't even know what movie they're watching. But I'll have to try it next time and just find out. I don't know if you've tried it, but
so the initial marketing email about it said that you're not allowed. The instructions were you don't broadcast the video, you broadcast yourself, and then everyone who signs into your channel gets the video like in Twitch with you.
Okay, so like,
but they have to have the Prime linked up to their Twitch account.
If you pause your video, does everybody's video pause?
That I don't know. Yeah, is it like a sync video situation? I don't know.
Do we have any viewers or listeners?
Has anyone
would like to do a
this?
movie night, or if you've tried it? Yeah, that's on Twitter because we're clearly
I don't feel
not
like
experts on the topic, and
I just don't feel like that would be my vibe. Like, I don't feel like that would be something that I would enjoy on stream, just watching a movie. You know, I don't know. Feels weird.
I can see it. I mean, if my whole community, like, for instance, I watch a few people who are like big anime fans, and let's say there's a new anime coming out, and their chat all is probably a good chunk of them are probably into anime because it's like a theme on their thing, you know? Yeah. It's like they're constantly talking about anime and stuff. I could see them all sitting down and watching an anime and it being cool, and they're all hyped. It's like going to the movie theater, kind of.
Yeah, I guess, and it might be a little bit like, even though it's not a movie, like our reaction streams to some of the events and stuff. We're all watching the event together, really. Right. And it's not like I'm staring at you in your little square going, what's he going to do next? Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not being creepy. I'm watching
I wonder if you could clip them, like, you know, you're watching a scary movie and they're falling back in their chair or something. You clip it, kind of like them playing a horror game.
Yeah.
It could be funny. I don't know. But we'll have to look more into it because we're trashing on it, but neither of us even know what we're talking about.
That would be so terrible. Have you tried it? No. That's hilarious.
I don't know.
But again,
it's
never
like been something I'm interested in. I'd rather have the squad streams. But as I said, I have one friend who I've seen her using it probably once a week. So clearly it fits her community.
Yeah. It just, the moment I got that email, I went, what happened to squad streams? Come on. Like, because that's something that would actually be valuable for me. Like, you know, we squad up on a nightly basis with a bunch of Call of Duty people. It would be cool to be able to be like, oh, let's just put it all on a squad stream. If I'm dead, they can go watch the other person or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
Not to mention that you don't have to constantly do shout outs and all this other stuff. You can.
Yeah, you're all like, oh,
usually I'll shout out or make a command like group or something, and you type in group, and it'll either give you a multi-stream or it'll just have a link to everybody's channel.
Yeah, right.
I've done that a few times, but it'd be nice to just, hey, click above me to watch the squad stream, and you can see all of us. And
yeah, I really like squad streams. I watch it when Tim does it, and then also
I haven't seen him using it as much.
Yeah, he used to like every day. It was the thing, and then
did they get rid of him together? Or I haven't seen one in a while.
Yeah, I'm not really sure actually. I wonder if maybe they did take it away because who knows what reasoning. But
I feel like they didn't, but I just don't see it used nearly as much as there was a little period where all the Fortnite guys or all the Call of Duty guys would
like when Doc was on Twitch. And he was with Tim, they always had squad stream up, always. And you know, Nick Merckx was in there a lot, and you know, a random fourth most of the time. It was normally those three and then one other rando. Now that Doc is gone and Tim's streaming with the same people, you're right. Now that you say it, I don't really notice it anymore. And I don't think it's just me overlooking it. I think it's literally he's not using it anymore. I wonder if it's kind of going away and they're trying to phase it out or something. Maybe they could never figure out how they wanted to actually release it to all the affiliates, and they didn't really find it was benefiting or like mattering to the partners at all. Maybe. I don't know.
We'll have to do some research.
To be a
but
fly
yeah,
on the
I still
wall.
want it to come, right? I still want it to be part of Twitch because
That would be awesome.
I think it'd be cool. I mean, whether or not it gathers more traffic to my channel or subs or anything is not even why I want it. I feel like it just seems like ease of use, right? Like to be like, I'm playing with Darth right now, and guess what? I don't even have to tell you that because
it says view in squad view, and then
yeah, and now you can see everyone who's playing. I didn't have to tell you. I didn't have to ask. You didn't have to pick one to watch versus the other. You could. It just
that would have been.
To me, it sounds like just a win.
It really does, and like the original person, the person that you started the squad stream on, is the one that your view counts towards, something like that, you know? Because I know there was some talk about like, who do we give the view to? Like, what do we do there? I
believe the way it works is whatever one you have big. So you know, it's like so like if you, 4. It makes one big and 3 small. If you swap, your view swaps to.
Okay.
Like your view count is going towards whoever you swapped to.
Okay, that makes sense.
That was
it's
what
just
I believe how it went.
It's literally like just having multiple tabs up with multiple people and just hopping into that, right? So that makes sense.
But way easier.
Yeah, just a little bit, huh? Yeah, so I'm mad at Twitch, and I will be until they give me squad streams. So just give me squad streams, jerks.
I mean, what have we gotten recently? I know partners got, it seems like more emotes for... I want to say they got an extra tier 2 and tier 3 emote, if I remember correctly. They used to only have 1 of each. I think partners got 2 for each now.
2 of each, okay. I know I got an extra emote slot, and I didn't even know I had it. So just a tier 1.
I think I was there, yeah. So tier 1s for affiliates are based on your sub count. Partners too, actually, but we can get up to 5. 5 is 50 subs, 4 is 35 subs maybe. I don't remember all the numbers, but yeah, if you got another emote, you hit some milestone, you've unlocked the next thing. Same with if you give it so many people chatting, you unlock more VIP badges.
Yep. One thing I do like is that
they unlock it for good. We do too. Really cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing that's really nice is that you unlock it for good. So it's not like, okay, if you, let's say 50 was the milestone to get another emote, we'll just whatever, and you hit 50, but then dip to 49, and they take that away from you, that would be terrible.
You have to pick one emote you don't want anymore for the month.
It's like which emote would you like to get rid of? Oh, damn it.
Not to mention you probably now paid for a new emote to be made for your channel.
Yeah,
you paid some artists, unless you happen to just be skilled in art, right? But yeah, I'm very, very happy that we at least get to keep them. I think I informed you too. We also get, because I recently started digging more into emotes. I like emotes. I figured I should probably be utilizing as many as I can in my channel. You get 3-bit emotes as well. So I think it's the $10 tier, the, I don't know, $50 tier, and the $100 tier maybe? Okay. Something like that. Each of those tiers is an emote. So let's say you come on my channel or your channel, they drop, what is it, $10 would be 1,000 bits. Yeah. They drop 1,000 bits, they unlock an emote forever. They don't ever have to sub to you, they never have to drop a bit again in their whole life, and they have that emote for good. Which is kind of a win even for the channel, because now if they like that emote and they use it somewhere, it's just constantly... Yeah, it's constantly being thrown around in other places. Yeah. Because that's... And if people like it, maybe they show up to your channel and go, who is this? I don't know. We actually talked about that. I can't remember what episode we talked about it in, but we were talking about how we feel about other emotes in our chat. And I don't know. I think I've changed my view a little bit. My view was... I didn't like it if they came in just to like somehow promote the other channel and didn't really do anything but emotes. But I kind of like it. I like it now because it's like, oh yeah, I know that emote. Oh, that's Noodle's emote, or that's this person's emote, and you're like, oh, that's cool. You're a viewer over there too. Nice of you to drop by or whatever, you know. I don't. I like it now. I have a somewhat newer viewer. I'll just shout him out. He's a cool dude, Jack. I think it's Jackathon if his name on Twitch, but I call him Jack. Jackathon. Yeah, I just call him Jack. It's way easier. Yeah. All right. So Jack. I always pick the easiest portion of Jack. Yeah. Just Jay right now. He spams cat emotes in my chat, and in a good way. You know, he talks in chat too. Either way, I wouldn't have cared. But he spams all the cat emotes he collects from any channel he has. That's awesome. Constantly, because I have cats and I show them, and
I didn't notice.
So he's constantly, and I'm always clicking them, and I'm going, what's that? Who
Yep.
owns that cat? And he'll tell me who they are and about their cat. It's a conversation piece. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. If they come in and they go, do you like my emote? This is where I got it. You should sub or something. I mean, that'd be a whole nother story. But if they're just using emotes, who cares?
I also like it because I've stumbled upon a couple emotes where I'm like, that's a really cool art style. Do you know where they got that done? Like, and then you can get the artist's name, and then you can get some emotes made in that art style because you like that art style. So there's some pretty cool things that can result from a simple emote being posted in your chat. And I like it. I'm a fan.
Speaking of which, I just paid an artist for emotes.
Nice.
Just found a new artist, and it was one of my viewers, clan member from Destiny 2, but she has emotes, and I think they're cute. And she said, hey, if you're looking for one, here's my artist. And they had great prices. Their art was good.
That's awesome.
Trying it out. I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know. Because I was going to try to have my son draw emotes because he's really good at art. And he's drawing them, but he's mimicking the ones that I already have. And I'm like, no. I want new ones. Like, just whatever you want to draw. And then, every artist in the world is ultra critical of their own stuff. So he's always like, it's not good enough yet. It's not good enough yet. And I'm like, you let me know when. You just let me know. It would be awesome for someone to be like, who's your emote artist? Yeah, so he's got an iPad with the Apple Pencil and all that stuff. Yeah. So he draws on that, and then I would just pull it into the computer and throw it up there. It'd be really cool for people to be like, who's your emote artist? And I'm like, my son. For sure. That would be awesome, So hopefully we can get him out of his own head, and he'll finish a couple of these up. But they're turning out pretty cool. Really neat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Emotes are cool. Emotes are fun.
Yeah, they're the thing that I don't want to say it like they're conversation starters, like you said. So a lot of the time, if there's nothing to be said in chat, and you're like, "Oh, whose emote is that? Oh, let's talk about cat emotes," like you did. Mm-hmm. I like that. I'm a fan. How about channel points? How do you feel about channel points? Like, I'm struggling.
I thought they were like kind of gimmicky when they first released. I thought it was another watch party, whatever. Something I didn't care about on the platform, and but you know what? It was something everybody's bot has. At least now it's uniform. I don't have to know Nightbot's command and Stream Elements command, and Streamlabs command. It's just Twitch built in. It was nice.
Yep. And it draws attention to itself with the little it shakes and gives you bonuses and does little things down there. It's pretty cool.
For sure.
Like mine is the.
Is that only for affiliates?
I think so.
I just realized I don't think we have channel points below, and I.
It's either only for affiliates or we haven't configured ours yet. So.
Okay.
It could be that we haven't configured them.
But yeah, I think I'm starting to like them, but I agree I'm struggling a little on. I mean, the hardest part for me is how much X thing is worth, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm coming up with ideas. I added I'll bring a cat on stream. For X points, if you want to see one of my cats, for whatever. Like I said, I like my cats, and but wait, what's a fair value? I don't want it to be so cheap that my whole stream is me running around my house grabbing cats.
See,
but I don't want it to be so expensive that you're paying digital points for something. No one cares
I like
about.
that you can limit the redemptions, so that's pretty nice. So you can be like,
nice,
okay, I will only do this twice in each stream. That's cool. But my first round of them, I priced them a little too low, and I had a specific one was like pick my kit, and then the whole night I never got to play how I wanted to play because everyone was like, oh, I'm gonna do the pick my kit, and I just had this endless line of pick my kits, and I'm like, I want to use my stuff. I want to win.
At least people were engaged at that point, right?
Yeah, it was cool for that. So I raised the points a little bit, so it happens a little bit less, and I also limited the amount. I will only do it 4 times in a stream. I've made a couple other ones where it's like you can pick a meme command because I have commands on my stream that you can do exclamation Aaron, and it's like a section of the Keen and Peele thing where he throws the stuff off the desk. You done messed up, Aaron. Stuff like that. So I have those in there. I know
Peele, but I don't know the reference.
So for kind of expensive amount of points, you can make your own meme command, and I add it to all the list of all of them. I have the one that's like, oh, make yourself VIP, but it's of course like you've been watching long enough that you're a VIP anyways, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
There is a cool one that I have that's not been used yet, but I have this little dry erase board next to my streaming setup, and it's Pictionary. So
I actually saw yours, yeah.
They redeem it for Pictionary, send me a word in a whisper that I have to draw. I set a timer for a minute, I draw it out, and we try to see if chat can guess what I drew.
That's fun. I like
kind
that.
Just kind of something to do in between loading screens or something like that, you know? I had 1 week community access to meme commands. That was a community goal, so everyone was contributing to that. I believe you contributed a couple times to it.
I did.
So now everyone has access to meme commands in the community. And then I also have one for his Mrs. Darth interview. So, you know, I'm trying to come up with good ideas for these channel points, but it's weird because after you start coming up with ideas, you start to get more ideas for them. So,
you do.
So keep working on it, because like my first round of channel points, I was struggling for like hours, just sitting there. I'm like, I got to do something. I have to take advantage of this somehow. And
like
then,
I said, the hardest part's still like, what's everything worth? And I think the more people use them and you do it, if no one's ever redeeming it, try lowering it. If they're still not redeeming it, maybe it's just a bad redemption. Yeah. But
and you know, you can ask some of the regulars. You can ask real quick and be like, "Is it too expensive? What's going on?" Or
I wish we had a leaderboard of everybody's points, because that's the other thing too. Like, I'm trying to price things out, and like you said, make yourself a VIP, right? Something like that. Like, okay, well, I want it to be limited, that the whole channel's not a VIP, but I don't want it to be unobtainable either. So I need, if I knew what everybody had, I could kind of gauge it off. Okay, the top 2 people should already be able to redeem it if they want.
There definitely needs to be some kind of reference table to channel points. That would make it so much easier to price things.
Yeah,
I would like that a lot.
I don't think there is, because I dug around a little bit and I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, I would doubt there is, which is funny because you know that they store it somewhere, because when people come back, they still have their points. So it's out there somewhere. It's just not available to us to look at as the content.
I wonder if there's a third-party API.
I wonder if Stream Elements has like a widget, like a leaderboard widget, where they collect that data.
Commander Root, you know that guy on Twitter?
Oh,
he's super
he watches like
stuff.
every single one of my streams. He's like one of my biggest fans.
Yeah, he's a huge fan.
He's a huge fan of everyone.
Yeah, he just loves Twitch.
Yeah, I bet he has
but
Twitch
I think
Turbo.
I like the channel points. Just figuring out what the hell to do with them is now the fun but difficult part of that.
Yeah.
But I do think it helps with engagement. I think it helps, especially if you find ways to do it. You know, I've seen people do like, I'll eat a pepper on stream, or there's
I don't like doing that kind of
stream, and you could do like a weird stream, like something that would seem like Darth would never do.
Oh, I added in a 15-minute live channel review. So like if you want me to kind of sweep through your stuff real quick, make sure spellings, and obviously every expert's advice can be either taken or thrown out, but I have a 15-minute live on-stream review that I do.
I do like that. I was in your channel for the end of you were looking at each channel. Yeah.
Yep. I've done those on YouTube too. I think I like them live better, because then you get active feedback in the moment.
Yeah, when I did it on YouTube, they did something, or
when I did it on YouTube, it was just like, okay, watch the video and let me know what you think. And he's like, thanks for doing that. And I'm like, no, like, did you get any value from certain parts of it? But the live ones are pretty fun.
Yeah, I'll be brainstorming, looking around. If you have ideas for me, tell me on Twitter too, because I need some new ideas.
Are you a drawer?
Or a drawer?
I was hoping you were going to get that one.
I am not, but maybe that could be the fun of it, I suppose.
Yeah. So you could do charades. People be like, Titan. How do Titans get kills?
Throw my fist around.
Yep.
Yeah, I could come up with something for sure.
Yeah, I think the little games are pretty cool. Whatever. I don't know.
Pick your game, pick your loadout, pick it. Class,
I thought about doing
whatever.
pick my game, and I was like, I do not want someone picking my game for the night, because then it'll be like some indie game or something like that, and I'm just like,
no, you set rules. Usually the rule is I have to own it.
Okay.
And then I mean, you could always say, I'll say no, but I'll give you back the points. I mean,
Yeah, because that is
kind of
one
a
cool
cop-out,
thing.
but
So if you have your Twitch stream manager up, I have
Yeah.
mine up 100% of the time. If
I
you
never
have
do.
your reward queue up, it will queue up all the rewards that people have done, and you check to complete them, or you can refund them if you don't want to do it that day. So you could say
Yeah, so you could just-
decline,
They
refund.
tell you that you want to play, I don't know, what's a game you hate? Destiny. You never play with me, so clearly Destiny. You know, or they come to my channel, redeem Call of Duty, and
We'll
I
have
can be like,
the
"I don't wanna play
opposite
Call of Duty."
points. We'll have the opposite
Yeah.
points. It'll say squad up with Baggy Noodle Arms on Destiny, and yours will say squad up with Darth in Call of Duty.
There you go. But yeah, I think those are fun. I mean, that is something Twitch added that at first thought was gimmicky, but they don't even get money from it. It's not like the scam
No.
train or the hype train or whatever, you know.
And I think honestly, since it does give a better sense of interactivity, like even if someone's not necessarily a frequent viewer, but they come in and maybe they do redeem the channel points once, and they're like, actually, this is kind of cool, and then maybe they convert into a regular and maybe a subscriber or whatever, you know, just kind of gives them a little bit more of that personal touch, and that, hey, this streamer's really interacting with me. Like the highlight my message one, obviously everyone has that because it's kind of a default. That one's
Same
useless.
with the unlock a sub, an emote
Unlock an
without
emote
subbing.
or rotate an emote. Like what? Why? Why
One
do
of
I
my
want to?
viewers rotated the so it was just facing, so the emotes were facing each other now, and he was like making them box and stuff. It was actually kind of funny, but like
Okay.
whatever, you know.
Yeah, it's just enhancing the interactivity with your stream is pretty cool, I guess. You know,
Chat is more creative than the streamer half the time. I feel like
Yeah.
you know, all the things
Like,
they say in
who
chat.
would who would ever want to rotate an emote? And you're like, oh, that's how you use rotate. Okay, got it.
Thank you.
Now I understand. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with some new points. So we can bounce things. So if you come up with a good channel point idea for me, throw it my way, and I'll do the same for you. So, because you know,
Sounds
sometimes
good.
you'll think of something, you're like, that's a really good idea for channel points, but not really something that feels right on my stream, but it may feel right on someone else's stream. You know, because obviously you can come up with channel point ideas as the viewer too. So if you're sitting there and you're like, you know, it would be a really cool channel points reward for me to redeem right now, and you can tell it to the streamer, I guess. I don't know. Just kind of a cool thing.
For sure.
So anyway, we're about at that hour and a half mark that we normally try to stick around. So
About.
we're going to save some of these other things for next week so we can talk about some things like raids and hosts and other engagement incentive ideas, stuff like that for streaming next week. If you tune back in next Wednesday at 8 p.m. US East, same place. We, of course, will be editing this episode down, releasing it on YouTube and all podcast services on Monday at 8 a.m. And let's see, when are you streaming next, Noodles?
So typically I take Thursday off because Baggy usually works a half day, but she had vacation until today. She goes back tomorrow.
Okay.
So she's working till 4:30. So I believe I'm gonna do a start of my normal 2 o'clock, but only go until 4:30. A nice little short. Hey, I have some free time extra. I'll go live, and then gives me another day to raid somebody too, which I like doing.
There you go.
I should be live tomorrow too, or if I can get my butt out of bed earlier, maybe earlier.
Okay, sounds
How about
good.
you?
I'll be live on Friday. I have 2 weeks ago I officially changed my schedule to Friday evening, so I'll be live on Friday 6 p.m. to whenever I get tired enough to need to shut down the stream. And then of course this Sunday is going to be community game night for me, which we've briefly discussed changing that to a GG Weekly podcast community gaming night, which we'll iron out the details of that one. Oddly enough, this week you might be there because it's going to be Fortnite. Yes, I have a couple viewers in my stream that they're not allowed to play Call of Duty, but they can play Fortnite and they want to participate in community game night. So I was like, you know what? I'll swap off a Call of Duty for one night so that you guys can join in the fun. So we'll be playing.
Count me in. I think
Fortnite.
if I'm around.
Cool, man.
That might be kind of a GG Weekly night. I mean, I don't know if I'll be streaming or anything, but the two of us will be there, so it's kind of.
It will be there, so that'll be fun.
There.
That starts at 4 p.m. on Sundays. But other than that, yeah, we'll edit this down, get it out to podcast services. If you go to ggweeklypodcast.com, That's basically a link dumping ground. So you can follow us on all of our socials on there. You can follow us on any of the podcasting services out there. Of course, we are GG Weekly Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and Twitch, all the good stuff. But that's going to do it for us this evening. We will see you next Wednesday, 8 p.m. US East, live, same spot. Thanks.
Thanks. We're going to do a raid.